Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, October 17th. Looking at the current satellite imagery, see lots of clouds moving across the region. A lot of these producing steady precipitation throughout the area, but a dry slot across southern Nevada into parts of the Arizona Strip. Also, just off the map, what we can see here into parts of southeastern Utah, we do have a concern for some dry, windy conditions. We'll get to that in a second. We see that today. Underneath all the precipitation we're showing here, valley rains, mountain snow, especially up north where the snow levels are expected to get down to around 5,000 feet. We do see in southeast Utah, there could be a brief window, several hours today of fairly dry air and extremely strong winds. We see that potential Friday and Saturday across parts of southern Nevada. Elsewhere, lots of moisture coming in, lots of precipitation, and above 7,000 feet, or in central areas, and above 5,000 feet in the north, be mostly in the form of snow. Haven't said that in a long time. Precipitation the past 24 hours, this ended at midnight, so it doesn't include the overnight precipitation into the early morning hours, which was quite heavy and extended further south and east, but you can see it starting up here, and you can see some of the lightning associated with that precip. It is on the wet side, and you can see that yesterday we had 6 fires for 48 acres and another 4,187 acres of large fire growth, probably the last big large fire growth day of the season. Uh, uh, Before yesterday, we were bone dry, no precip the last 2+ weeks. Uh, this affected our drought indices. We had some these brown to orange shades of moderate to severe drought pushing down from Idaho and also pushing up from the south into parts of Nevada and southern Utah. Also, very high indices of the flash drought over a 3-week period. So, this explained why we had a lot of the fire activity that we had so far the past few weeks. You see the changes on the ERC point map now, though. A lot of stations are in the green. This was taken yesterday afternoon, so in the Payette and in parts of northwest Nevada, a lot of those oranges and reds turned into greens. And we will see this map totally change this time tomorrow. Most stations should be down into the 50th percentile with all the moisture moving in, except for far southern areas. So the upper level map for this afternoon, we are seeing a wide swath of this green. This is where we'll have gray clouds, light to locally moderate precipitation, a lot of it in the form of snow in the higher terrain. You can see our PSAs starting to rapidly moisten up, but we still have a concern for wind here in southeast Utah. We can see that on the wind field, very strong winds. Now keep an eye on this left panel and on the right, and you can see where the humidity is down near 20%. That's where our concern is. You go further westwards, you see the humidity coming up quite a bit into the 40+% range, so no big concerns through there. This low continues to drop down and close off just north of Vegas, pulling up tons of moisture for the eastern half of the Great Basin up into Wyoming and eastern Idaho. A dry northerly wind across western Idaho through Nevada all the way down south. We have actually high risk for southern areas. Some of those winds will be downsloping from the north off the higher central Nevada mountains down into the lower elevations, and that tends to produce a warming and drying trend. So not only are you seeing winds in the 40, 50 mile an hour range, but you're seeing single digit to low teen humidity in Nevada, otherwise high humidity elsewhere. And that low continues to meander across southern areas of Utah and the Arizona Strip on Saturday with some precipitation. Most of our PSAs have gone into the benign category. You still see some winds across Nevada and still some low humidities. But otherwise humidity is high elsewhere across Utah and starting to dry out a little bit across Idaho, but still 25 to 30%. It's going to the 3-day precipitation totals. Starting to dry out across western Idaho, but still light to moderate precip for eastern Idaho, Wyoming, and all of Utah. Actually, moderate to heavy precipitation. We see the blue areas and also some continued light precip across parts of northern Nevada. Now we go further down the road. That low is starting to move out by Sunday. Still wrap around some moisture across far eastern areas of Utah, but another strong frontal system approaching on Sunday into the Pacific Northwest. Some increasing clouds late in northwest Nevada and western Idaho, and that could produce some light to locally moderate additional precipitation in those northern areas where you see the green. Drier air in the south. There'll be some increasing breezes, but nothing critical. And that front meanders out on Tuesday and Wednesday. There's another little low, could produce clouds and some scattered showers in the north. We'll see on that, but otherwise no critical fire weather issues through the 7-day period. 7-day precip totals, and the 8 to 14, the outlook shows near normal temperatures in the north. Normal for late October is pretty cool, and a little bit warmer than normal in the south, but the big story is the wetter than normal signal still continuing for northern and many central areas. We don't see a return to that hot, dry weather we had at the end of September and early October. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.